What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I'm back to the best I can right now. I got the leg throwed up here on the couch. We got the new brace with the metal brackets and stuff in it. And we'll go see ortho on Thursday. Find out if we're going to have surgery on this knee. For those asking, people are asking me what happened. I actually slipped on a wet tile in a very expensive area in a casino, and tried to catch myself, and it didn't work. And well, yeah. So but anyway, in today's video, you knew I was going to talk about this, right? So I saw this article just get posted over at Mopar Insiders, and I'm specifically talking about the article dealing with the Hemi V8 Dodge Charger in the works, but Hurricane Inline 6 to come first. Well, we knew that the Hurricane was coming, and we knew it was coming by summer. Now, the only relevant updated news coming there is that we could see those on dealership lots before the end of May, which I guess that's a positive, but they were supposed to be there by June, so And the other stuff is that, yeah, they're confirming that a V8 version of this car is in the works. But I hate to say this, but we've talked about this before, right? Am I missing something here? Because, this isn't a dig at Mopar Insiders. I understand where they come from in a lot of other articles. To give them credit, it's not like they roast or come after me when I say something that something's coming. Like, I'll have a video for you later today. If you're a Jeep fan, and I have talked a little bit about this, was it earlier this month? Maybe it was last month, about all the V8 options that are coming for Jeep. But this is definitely huge, and we talked about this months ago. Remember, I talked about Dodge bringing back, and it was literally around the time that Tim Kuniskis was coming back, and that they were sending shells, these basically just shells of the Dodge Charger Daytona to Mexico. Now, at the time, they were still building the V8 engines in Saltillo, which is the Mexican plant down there where they build some of the heavy-duty trucks. And more on that in a minute, because yeah, we're going to talk about engine production and all of that. But also, we talked about this before. We got called out by a few publications when we said that they were bringing the Hemi production back here to the United States. We talked about them buying an extra 200 or so acres around Dundee, and people said that we were crazy for even talking about that it was never going to happen. They're not going to leave Mexico. Why would they bring engine production back here? It would cost more money. Did the election have some say in that matter? Of course it did. But I think they were planning to do that anyway because of the engine issues they've been having off of the Demon engines that have been built down there. And for everybody that says, oh, there's not a lot, there's a ton of people that have their flywheels basically eating into the friggin' block of the engine. So I don't want to hear it. It's a common issue of one of many with the Demon 170 engines that were built down there. Now, getting to the Hemi Charger part, like I said, we've been talking about this for a minute, and let me just be very clear. I'm not going to put any of the publications on blast. That's not what I'm here to do. I just say, like, when I do say something like that, like, hey, they're building this, hey, they're testing this. Same thing like myself and Buddy the Insider were talking about the TRX months ago, that they were going to bring back a Hellcat version of the Ram. Oh, it's not going to happen. These guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't know how to explain this, but I think my sources that I have at Stellantis, and I have several, have been pretty accurate. I mean, the videos are here on the channel. I mean, it's not like I'm just saying, oh, I got this right. The videos are here on the channel. I talked about the Durango and the V8 coming back for the Durango for 2020. Oh, it's wrong. It's done. 2025 is last year. Wrong. And it comes back Now we have the 5.7 Hemi. And as I said, because we've already published that internal screenshot, whatever you want to call it, part number for 2026 for the Durango, showing that they will have a Hellcat version of that too. So we've been talking about this kind of stuff for months. The Hemi news here, though, is huge. What does that mean? It basically means that Carlos Tavares and every other source, okay, these sources lied. And I can tell you how we knew that they were wrong from the jump. Motor Trend was first to market with this, because the actual engineers that were putting this car together told the people at Motor Trend that the 5.7 Hemi V8 that they make right now today with MDS and everything on it fits in that car. A 6.2 liter Hellcat engine fits in that car. Now, I know you're going to say, well, how would you know that, TK? All I can tell you is I know for a fact that there's 2 YouTube channels right now that have a Dodge Charger Daytona EV, and one that has already put a 6.2 liter Hemi in that car. Now, I'm sure they're going to make huge news, and I know you guys are going to be like, oh, it's Carl. That's not, I'm not putting them on blast. They sent me some images. I've already talked about this because myself, Butter the Insider, and OC Motivator all got very exclusive first looks at what the engine bay looks like in the 6-pack. And I got to see what a gutted out electric version looks like, and the fact that the 6.2 goes right in there. So all of the people that said that that engine wouldn't fit, wrong. And if you are a publication and your sources were telling you, oh, it won't fit, they can't use it, they can't put a V8 in this car, you might want to consider those sources. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know people are gonna be like, TK is kind of petty. It's like I told you so, but I do this though. I gotta say I told you so. I try to keep the record right. Here's the thing. I've talked about other things too, right? So, you know, I've talked about the stuff with Jeep before, and that the Gladiator is probably gonna get the 5.7 liter V8, and I have more news for that. I'll be doing a separate video for you guys on that with all the Jeep stuff. But the same way I told you guys for sure that the Ram was coming back with a Hemi, and everybody was like, oh, nah, they invested so much money in the Hurricane, it's not coming back. And here we are. And here we are. Not only is it coming back, there's multiple versions of it coming back. Same thing I said when, when I said they were going to be moving the engine production, and I also said they were going to move one of the heavy-duty trucks, either 2500 or 3500, back to the United States. And I know a lot of people are saying, TK, they haven't moved anything yet. It's coming. They're going to move it, just like they moved all that engine production here. They're not going to, and I know what people are saying. Well, they're still building the big gas engine, the regular 6.4 down there for now. But when that 2500 moves or that 3500 moves, you can kiss that 6.4 Hemi that's being built down in Saltillo goodbye. And it really just depends on how bad these tariffs are come April 2nd, but they're going to move them. I can tell you that now. They're going to move that out of Mexico. So, let's say, for instance, let's play devil advocate here and say I'm wrong about the 2500. Okay. I guess I could be wrong once in a while. I know it's petty, but I got to be honest here, man. My track record has been pretty impeccable, from what executives are going to hire to internal meetings to what they're talking about in board meetings. My sources aren't like somebody that yes, and I do have sources that do work in the factory, and I value those sources that work in the assembly and all that good stuff. I value those sources. But I also have sources that work at the very top of that company, which means, I definitely, all I can say is I definitely, when I put something out, like when I told you guys about the Dodge Charger and them testing that V8 down in Mexico, I said that for a reason. People are like, oh, he's just saying that stuff for views. I really could give a rat's ass. I could do other stuff here on YouTube and get way more views than talking about a Charger in Mexico with a V8 in it, to be honest. I mean, every other thing, I mean, if I was just talking politics on this channel, I'd get 10 times the views. So that's not what it is. It's just when I do say something or I put something out that I'm getting, and I confirm that through not one, not two, 3 or more sources, then I put it out there to you. That's just how I work, man. Because I want to make sure that it's accurate. And it looks like we're right again. Will the V8 Hemi Charger save Dodge? Depends on if they can get it out before the end. If they can get a working model that they show to the public before the end of 2025. And what did I tell you? I also told you that the Banshee was coming, and it was going to come in an electric and a gas variant. I told you this. And that they're going to have the SRT Banshee in a gas. And I'm going to tell you, the SRT Banshee might have a Hellcat engine in it. And they're going to call it the Banshee and not a Hellcat or a Demon because they don't want to get sued. And if they just change the naming, that might be enough. And I know all you guys that bought this last call stuff have to feel like you got friggin' scammed at this point. I know I would. But I mean, this is nothing new. This happened with the Durango. Oh, last editions of the TRX. TRX is coming back. Oh, 392 Wrangler is going to be done. Yeah, that's coming back. Like, you can't, when these companies say like, oh, we're not doing this again, and people are like, well, are they going to make another Demon, TK? It would not surprise me. Let me tell you right now, it would not surprise me. You don't think that they would put a 1,000 horsepower engine in that new 2-door Charger and call it a Demon? You're out of your rabbit ass mind. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Go check out the article over at Mopar Insiders.com. Like I said, this isn't me like taking shots at them, or I could take shots at other publications that have said, yeah, this is, you know, just baseless rumors. But I'm not going to do that. I don't got to do that. The wonderful thing for me is the more I put out information and it consistently gets proven correct time and time and time and time again, the haters eventually, you know, I could run that ad right now. Just shut the fuck up. Just like this. If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to drop it in here. I already got in trouble for that already, but I think it's funny. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And like me, as always, stay petty, my friends.